Hello, it's William Jamming. Welcome to my channel. So in this video, we're going to do a project that's really interesting, and what is more, it's a real project. As you can see, I have some called Ian, and I recently want to teach him to learn English as well as Japanese. So I figured out a way of make a sort of like a flashcard. And I'm also a digital artist, so I create digital arts. So for example, if I want to teach him like football, I would draw a man play football, and say baseball, something like that. I would draw all that and combine my drawing with the explanation. And I want to quickly make all this card so he can like browse it, and maybe I will make a flashcard app, something like that. So I have to figure out a way of like programmatically combine the drawing that I draw and then some text, like combine them together and make a one whole image. That's the point. That is the like tricky part we have to solve in this video. Okay, so it's a fun project, and it's a project that sort of strive from real life. Okay, so in especially if you're indie developer like me, in real life you have to be like a king of finding the specific need in your real life and use the programming skills and write something. That's amazing feeling of actually create something. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to it. So basically, I did not focus too much on the UI, but rather I focus on the detail because it's just a helper tool. But let me show you how this tool is going to work. Okay, so no image is selected, so we're going to click this button, and we can select image from your photos. And right now, private access to photo, that's good. We can click any photo. So for example, I click a photo here, or maybe more whitish photo here. Okay, and the photo will show, and you know what kind of photo that you are dealing with. And then once you got the image, you can add a kind of explanation that you want to add. Doesn't really matter. There is a text field that can accept whatever you type in and show that, like combine that to your screen. And I have made like two versions. One is to float above the image, but later I find out maybe I want to make that more clear, because if you float above the image, you can't control the image. So the image can be pretty black or pretty white. So if your text is black, it will like become really hard for you to actually see the image. So I choose to combine this, like the original image, and another white image down below, and add the text here. And here comes another problem, because you sort of have a pagination system in order for it to work, because if you got like a lot of text, a lot of explanation, a lot of it. So for example, bilingual or something like that, you got like a two language, you have to put a lot of row here. You won't be able to like fill it up, okay? Because the canvas is sort of a set. So you have to make it like a pagination system, multiple page export to your photo. So there are a lot of things going on, even though it's a nice tiny project, but I think you can learn a lot. So let's get to it. And by the way, this video is sponsored by me. Okay, I got no sponsor, and I'm a small YouTuber, so I literally earn zero from making all this video currently. So in order to support me and watch more of my content, or if you just want to go through, like don't want to go through all this hassle and quickly get source code, please support me by joining the Patreon. And just the $3 a month In fact, you can join it and exit. It doesn't really matter. You can just join for 1 month, and you can download all the previous code, and you can even use that in your projects, even commercially. Doesn't really matter. I'm pretty cool about this. So as long as you support me, by the way. Yeah. So and of course, I also read all this code into a text version and publish at my website called Learn It Free or Learn IT Free with hyphen. Okay, because I think this is much more clear. Learn-it-free.com, and you can watch that once you join the Patreon. I think most of the article is free, but some of the code I think is worth a little bit more than some introduction level. I will make it like a Patreon only, so I have to enter the Patreon code in order to see it. So yeah, that's pretty much all for this sort of shameless self promotion, and let's get to it. First, let's just test this. Okay, so welcome. This is some text, and I am William Jamming, a small YouTuber. I have a son called like Ian. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then I can click export. The first time you click export, you have to gain a accessibility in order to actually save things. So it's like two things. One is to read image from your image, like your library, photo library. The other is to actually write data to your photo library. So this project is amazing. You can definitely learn a lot. So you can allow full access, and then there is a notice to say image saved to photo library, and you can let's just go back here and swipe down and search for photo and click it. As you can see, we got like a default scenery photo, and you can click here. This is the image that we just created, and we even got watermark. I leave the watermark here because I add a lot of space down below, but I also want to show you that you can actually write above the image and combine it. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's amazing. So as you can see, we got like Ian Daddy study notes, and we got a nice image, and we got this welcome to this. There's some text. I'm William Jamming, a small YouTuber. I have a son called here. Okay, amazing. And of course, if and let's test this even more. If you got like a lot of text, okay, so I'm going to select everything here, select all, and I'm going to copy, and I'm going to do that multiple times, okay? Multiple times. All right. And I can even like copy and paste all the code, and I'm going to paste all the code inside just for fun. Okay, just for fun. And click export. Did I click this? Okay, click export. And I believe you have to wait a little bit longer because, yeah, you have to wait a little bit longer in order to actually write inside here. Yeah, it's already there. So you have to wait a little bit longer because it's sort of like a processing. Okay, yeah. So once you see this noticed, then you go back here, go to the photo, and voila, we got a lot of newly generated. Yeah, I believe sorry about that. I clicked that multiple times, so I'm dealing with the threading problem. But doesn't really matter. It's like a intro series. So yeah, let's look at it here. Welcome, and as you can see, we sort of got a pagination system. So if you can't fill one page, we'll just make another page. That is just brilliant. And as you guys can see, we got like a tons of text image generated, and then we got this like multi-page image maker, which is the project name that I named this project, and we got all sort of a code here. Amazing. So yeah, that's pretty good. So let's just crack on and build this project from scratch, shall we? So I already delete everything and let's build this from scratch. So first is the main content view. Okay, so I'm going to say struct and content view. That's just a simple view. So basically we are going to build a UI here, and then we have to declare a lot of things. So I'm going to import the SwiftUI and imports. Do I have to import? Yeah, SwiftUI will be fine. Okay, so view, and we got inside the var and a body, and is some sort of view, just a inclusive way of doing things. So there will be the main UI in here. Okay, and before we actually write the main UI, we have to declare what are the state variable. Of course, normally you would add state variable once you sort of encounter this, but since I already know this project, so we can make it much more structured. So we can design the state variable from start. So first, let's just think about this. You want to select an image from your image library. So naturally, you have a placeholder. So we can say state and private var, and I'm going to say selected image. So that will be the image holder that we use. And we're going to use UI image. So once you select an image, you can use selected image as a placeholder. Okay? And of course, if you look at UI, let's look at UI. Let's look at here. We also got the text. We input a specific text. Okay? So we have to have a container for that specific text. So state and private and var, and I'm going to say input text, and that will be a string. And right now, let's initialize it by put nothing. Let's go, right? Yeah, and then I'm going to say state private var, and of course we can say you combine the selected image and then the text together, right? You're actually making a new image using your app. That's amazing, right? So you can have a new placeholder for this combined image, right? So combined image, all right? And things you may need to combine generate multiple images as a combined image. So you have to say using a UI image, and right now using an empty array for this. Let's think about this. When you click this select image, right, you got this a picker sort of thing. Okay, we call that image picker. So we sort of need a switch in order to actually show the image picker or not show this image picker. So it will be a true or false. So it will be a switch, right? So let's write this switch and say state and private var, and I'm going to say show image picker. So this will be false as default, and then true when I actually click this button. It will switch it, it will show, yeah. And of course, remember we got this actually finished everything. We got this load message. So it's like a pop-up window that alert you, say, hey, I already done everything, and everything is good. Yeah, I even need to like write a progress bar. Yeah, I think, yeah, if I have time, I will modify this project and add the progress bar, so you guys know, or user know, because if you like make multiple image, you might need to know where the process, where's the progress of your project. So yeah, maybe I'm going to add this. So let's add this alert. Yeah, I think alert should like a pop-up alert message. So yeah, that's good. So private var and show alert is a like a default. I think it should be false. You don't want to show this alert at the beginning of your app. You don't want that. And you can even have a alert message. You can change this alert message later on. Okay, I think that's that. So alert message. Alert message. Yeah. Right now, I think empty string would be good. And things I want to add a pagination system. So I want to have a counter for the page. So we can have a current page count. A current page start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Programmer always start counting with the number 0. A nice joke for you. I know it's a bad joke. State private var and current page start from 0, and then because you click here and you click somewhere else, so this is called focus state. I believe I already introduced this at my other videos, so this will be a pretty complex video. So if you don't know what this is, basically it's you click here, your focus state, you can enter things, and you click somewhere else to exit focus state. You type something you won't be able to actually input in the text field. So that's basically the focus state. So the focus state, we can sort of like make a boolean. So I'm going to say focus state private var is a boolean, so is text editor focused. So self-explanatory. I love to name all these self-explanatory name. Okay, so make it boolean, right? So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Then we can focus on the body here. Right, so already defined several state variable to manage our app states, and then we can actually focus on the actual image selection as well as the image display. So next is the image selection part, and all right, just nearly 20 minutes. I'm going to pause it here. So please give this video a thumb up, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, thanks, bye.